If you clicked on this video, I'm guessing you are familiar with the idea of rejection therapy, but if you're not, it's essentially exposure to rejection, deliberate exposure, so that you can harden yourself against it. It works the same as any other phobia. If you have a fear of spiders, you let little teeny spiders crawl on your body. I mean, if you want to get rid of it, you let teeny spiders crawl on your body, and then you do maybe a little bit bigger and a little bit bigger, a little bit bigger, and it desensitizes you to an irrational fear. And so rejection therapy, the way I'm doing it is it's 100 days of rejection. I'm about 30 into it. And the first 25, I guess I'm about 35, 40. The first 25 I did with retail workers, not harassing them or anything, nothing really annoying or even taking time away from their day. Just asking them for kind of ridiculous things, like going up to the guy at 7-Eleven and asking him if I can have my drinks for free. I went into a Sheetz gas station and asked them if I could pay for a plastic empty cup, which usually you can have for free. I told them I felt bad and that I didn't want to pay for it. I walked into a tobacco store and asked them if I could buy a vape, even though I'm under 21. I'm not under 21, but I told them I was, and I didn't bring my ID in. Stuff like that. Because retail workers are kind of paid to be nice to you. And as long as you're not like being really mean to them or completely wasting their time, as long as you're being respectful, it's fine in my mind. So I did that not for 25 days, but until I got habituated to it. And what I mean by that is I did it until I felt boredom from doing it and not fear. When the fear turns to boredom, you can move on to the next level. That's how I'm doing it. So I'm at the next level right now and I'm almost finished, but it's basically, now it's random people, random strangers, not workers, could be anyone. And you're just asking them for incidental, reasonable things that you know that they're going to say no to. Like I drove up to a guy in the Food Lion parking lot to grocery store, and I asked him if he knew where the 914 bus stopped. There is no 914 bus in where I live. And he was just like, no, I can't help you. I'm sorry. And this sounds trivial, but it's warming you up to just understanding that you can talk to people. You can stop people on the street and talk to them, and it will be okay. Like it sounds easy, but it was hard. It was genuinely hard for me because I have a fear of rejection. That is going away. I can attest that it is working. This shit is working. I walked up to a guy in the park. I kind of shifted to the next phase for one of them. I walked up to a guy in the park who was fishing, and I asked him if I could eat the fish that he caught. I would never have done that before. I turned to some people who were sitting behind us in the movie theater and asked them if they wanted a tasty cake that I was eating. Like, I never would have done that. I'm so happy that I started this shit. And so what's going to come next is I'm going to turn up the dial of absurdity a bit for the next 10 or 15 rejections. I think I'm going to walk up to a stranger and maybe ask if I can take a selfie with them. Like weirder stuff. Weirder that isn't like making people uncomfortable. And I think, what else am I going to do? Stuff like that. I can't think of any other ideas right now, but I think you know where I'm going with that. And then I turn up the absurdity dial a little bit more to maybe a 7. Ask a stranger if I can have a piggyback ride or something like that. Just dumb shit. And then what I'm really scared of, after I do the more absurd rejections with individual people, I'm going to move to groups. group rejection. That is way worse in my head than rejection from a single human being. There's videos of people online, you could search up on YouTube or something, of people just being, there's this one chick who's like on a flight and she just busts out her phone and records in front of everyone on the flight, and she just says, "Who's ready to go to Miami?" or some shit like that. Just embarrassing as fuck, dude. Oh my God, such a brave thing to do. In my mind right now, I could never do that shit. I could never do that. How, like, that's so weird. That's weird. But I have this feeling that once I get to that point where I have to, I'll be kind of able to do that. And once I get past that point, asking anyone for anything, my fear of rejection will just be completely gone. It's like swinging a baseball bat with a weight on it. With what do they call it when a fucking, oh God, I forget. When a batter's next up. What the fuck do they call, on deck? Duh. Played baseball for like 13 years. I forgot what on deck was. But it's like that. It's like when the batter's on deck, especially in the major leagues, and you'll see them swinging with that big ass donut on their bat. Not a food donut. If you don't watch baseball, it's like a weight that you put on the bat. It's shaped like a donut, and they swing it around. And then by the time they get up to hit, the bat feels weightless. Not weightless, but very light. It's kind of like that to me. So I'm really excited for when I get to that point in rejection therapy, but I'm also really scared. I'm really scared. I'm scared that I won't be able to do it. I'm scared that, fuck, I'm about to miss my turn. I'm pretty scared of that. Oh, fuck. But the thing is, the beauty of rejection therapy is that you can make the steps as small as they need to be. Like, I was going to go straight from asking retail workers for sort of ridiculous things to asking regular people for very ridiculous things. I was going to ask somebody for a piggyback ride. That was going to be my first one that I did with a regular person. Now, obviously, not that retail workers aren't regular people. They're also regular people, but you know what I mean. You know, people who aren't working at the moment, who can say whatever the fuck they want to you. And I was absolutely terrified of that. So I was like, okay, what can I do that is less terrifying, but a little more terrifying than what I was doing before? And then that's when I started doing just incidental rejection about the 914 bus and shit like that. So that's the beauty of this, is that I can make the steps as granular as I'd like, so that the transition is smooth and there's never a point where I'm completely paralyzed. So I kind of feel like I'm in a after period of my life, like there's a before and after period, and I'm transitioning to the after. It's like the first day of the rest of my life kind of shit, because this is opening up the entire world to me. I used to be so introverted, and I still am fairly, but I used to be a fucking hermit. I wouldn't be able to talk to anyone in public because I was just terrified, because everyone's just going about their normal lives, and it's kind of the norm to not interface with other people, to just mind your own business. You start a conversation with a random stranger, you're weird. You're kind of a weirdo. And this is opening up the world to me. I can break that social barrier and make friends. And at the end of the day, that's really all I want, is connection with people. It's one of the most valuable things in life. So, thank you for watching. My name is Luke. This is Castles in the Air. This